Who out there is watching our show? Nobody. Because it's dull and boring and without imagination.
So get a monster. I want my own monster. Find me a monster fast. Yes, a monster. I want action now and no argument.
Dr. Shikasawa, statement, please.
Is Godzilla coming?
Yes, he is.
What you call a hot rapper is hot trash. Here for a second or a minute, but won't last. All I know is spit his jerks with it, he's so cash. Do it, did it, you with it, feel it, be deli, dope bag. It's on, then it's on. My skin color's bronze. My hair will approve. Christ lover from the dawn. Fact, I get it, I'm gone. Back, I'm witty and wrong. You ain't telling them a lie, why I never sold a song. I mud out the garden, there's blood on my lawn. I choose to be king, I don't think like a pawn. Who really with us? You see I'm with us. One mind and vision. See signs are vivid, the higher the definition. It's definite bigger business. Only way he can spit it, he oops, he did it again. And he titled it New Beginnings. For strong in them, salty, loose denim. They lose, we ridden. See the fly women? Trash, not a gimmick. I'm the past and the present, I'm the future.
Hey, and I'm back. Once again, it's the Uncle, here to bring you another dope album review. This is the first official review for 2016. Hopefully you was able to catch my top 10 albums of 2015. If you did not, cut this off right now and go back and check that. Alright, but I'm still going to give y'all my pickups before I actually do any reviews, and I actually have a new rating system, and I'm sure y'all gonna dig my new rating system. But before I get into all that, I'm gonna tell y'all I was able to go back and grab an album that came out a few months ago from one of the hometown dudes out here making some real quality street music. My man DC the Beast. He came out with Fix Your Face a few months ago, so I actually grabbed that, and I'm just now starting to dig in, and I can tell you it started off kind of good. My man Ranshaw, I got put on to him when I went to the Philly Hip Hop Awards. I don't know where I was at, but if you want some rapid fire spit, he's definitely going to bring that and give that to you in his new mixtape, Come Up Season. My man Craig Lynch actually came out at the top of the year with Renaissance. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. Some straight quality hip hop. And I could tell you another Philly native that surprised us, you know, in the last at the top of the year. So I think maybe in the last week or so, my man Freeway, he brought out Fear of a Free Planet, and I could tell you, with songs like Wasted and Time's Running Out, he's definitely trying to deliver a message this go round, so you don't want to miss out on that. And he pulled Memphis Bleak back out, so you definitely want to grab that.
Can't tell me these hard times. Nigga out here, I've been on the grind. Hey. Let's get it. Right. What's a nigga like me supposed to do? Hey, when the rent is overdue. Plus I got a little baby on the way. Hey, so I'm stuck between the two. You can catch me at the bar, go shot for shot. Probably spending up all the bread I got, hoping that I make it back in just a shot. But I'm high, so probably not. I was sleeping in that trap house, I maxed out my credit card, debit card, life got real. No movie deal, but I got real and I went hard. Now I smoke good, as you should. Still on point, Clint Eastwood with that big foe. No lottery, I get teed off and turn T-Wood. That's the hole in one. Unload the drum, my nigga hold the gun and break it down to one. Give me a T-top, tree spot, and some top papers, and I'm rolling one. In the perk 30, I'm zoned out, kicked out, and I'm stressed out.
So last year, my rating, I used to rate, well, I still do rate, basically 1 to 5. And I would say you could divide it up, multiply it, however you want to do it, with the way that you rate an album. But this year and from now on, this is going to be my rating system, the Uncle's rating system, and it's basically a 1 to 5, but I'm just renaming it the way that I want to rename it. All right. So if you bring out an album and it's a 1, that's unfortunately going to be my niece. Alright? If you bring out an album and it's a 2, unfortunately, that's going to be my nephew. If you bring out an album and it's a 3, alright, that's my cuz. You my cuz. You feel me? If you bring out an album that's a 4, you know, that's my auntie. Now, if I get into a 2.5, that's my second cuz. If I get into a 3.5, that's my first cuz. And if I get into like a 4.5, that's my great auntie. And if you bring out something that is flawless and dope, what else could I call it but the uncle? So, unfortunately, we lost one of the great artists of my time. And if you young artists don't know about this guy, David Bowie, definitely someone that you guys need to do some history on and get into. 50 plus years in music. You know, he released his last album was his 25th album. So, you know, he died this past week, and I definitely just wanted to just, you know, talk a little bit about this icon. He was a fashion trendsetter. He actually was an artist also, and he just left like a beautiful mark on the music that these artists these days will cherish for a long time. And he had a great influence on the culture. You know, before his departure, he was aware that he had cancer for the past like year and a half, if I'm not mistaken. So he actually went in with inspiration and recorded this new album called Blackstar. And I could tell you, it gives us a hint into his transitioning health. If you kind of break down the lyrics, he gave us a nice, vivid song and video for this song Lazarus, which is a great song, which it lyrically challenges the listener to figure out exactly what David Bowie was going through. And it's amazing when you think of it, with an artist telling us of his failing health, and you know, he might be passing away through his art. So I really thought that was great for him to do. It's just amazing. My earliest memories of David Bowie was Let's Dance. You know, my mom used to play that when she was cleaning up on the weekends, you know, to get her motivated. So, you know, and also he played in this movie called Labyrinth when I was a young kid, and you know, just looking at him be the villain in a movie, it was fascinating to me. So, you know, I just wanted to just, you know, I guess send my condolences to the David Bowie family and let everybody know that he's a great influence on music, and he will never be forgotten in the music industry and just in art within itself. And if you're looking for some inspiration, young artists or any artist, it's a few albums that you might want to grab by David Bowie. He has 25 of them, so it's a lot, but he had a nice album back in the 70s called Low. Once again, Let's Dance. I think in the 90s he brought out a really good album called Black Tie, White Noise, Outside. And this album, Blackstar, you definitely don't want to lose out on the opportunity of just getting a feel for the mind of David Bowie in the last days of his life. So I just wanted to do that, and we'll move on to the reviews.
It don't affect me. It put no money in my pocket. It ain't taking no money out of my pocket. It got nothing to do with me, man. It didn't do that, man. Welcome to the thought of a lost man where nothing affect me if it ain't where my kids stand. I'm chilling with the smoke and everything a joke like chick be in my ride, I'm a IG for the folk. Ayy, don't bother me, homie, with politics. All I'm interested in is this evening, me and your chick. Me go put out a single, I'm turning up with the squad. Believe me, baby, I'm blessed, I'm way up and way in the sky. Let's talk about a nigga top 5. Kiss Biggie and Nas, Drake, and if you're white, don't argue me over mine. Oh my, you're an hour fly. In my opinion, I'm right. I'm YOLO and living live. My team gon' get it the next year. Watch, we top pick. We getting the chip. We winning the bowl. We do it the best. We ain't on the team, so I'm French without a check.
So, we just talked a little bit about David Bowie and the passing of David Bowie, due to cancer. And another person out here that it was in recent times in our culture that a lot of the young people are listening to right now is my man Lil Boosie. And we found out a few months ago that he was stricken with cancer also, and that he was going to go through some chemo to try to rid himself of the cancer. So with that being said, I guess my man was inspired to go in to the lab and start recording this new album called In My Feelings, Going Through It. And I can tell you, this is probably one of the realest true to heart albums probably that I've heard in a very, very long time. It just came out at the top of the year, and it's the cover art is it looks like it's very personal. It has like an X-ray of his torso area, and I think it was he had liver cancer. So I don't know if it was cleared up or whatever, but that's how the cover art kind of just lays the foundation of the album. And it begins with a song called The Rain, where he basically talks about the struggles with cancer and just trying to survive, and a lot of the things that weigh on his mind, and problems with death and problems in his family. So it begins very personal. Then he actually goes into a song called Cancer, and it's a real personal track about when he found out that he had cancer and basically trying not to give up. He's in the chorus, he's like asking God like why and how he got it. He's asking for protection, and he also talks a little bit about how cancer has affected other members of his family. And then he goes into another track called Stressing Me, where he's just basically talking to a chick about stressing him out when he just wants to kind of relax and chill. One of my favorite songs on the album is this track called Warning Signs. And it just basically is talking about people who you think are true, who really are not. And he mentions how his mother tried to warn him about fake dudes. So I really think that that's a good track because we've all been there. Another track called Bad Guys. I like this track also. It's basically saying how, Lil Boosie wants to chill and have peace now, but he can still bring it if you need him to bring some drama to you, but he doesn't want to turn back into the bad guy that he was. Another track that I really enjoyed is a track called Call of Duty, and it's another true to life track, as he talks about just basically taking care of his family and how that's his responsibility to be there when they need him. So I really thought that was a good track. Forgive Me for Being Lost, another true to heart track, a nice hard beat, and it just goes through things that he saw that kind of contributed to him being out in the streets and becoming a victim of the streets. And the reasons why he did things illegal was basically to take care of his family that was struggling and trying to survive. So I really thought that was dope. And he ends the album with a great song for people who really like true to heart songs, and it's called I Know They're Gonna Miss Me. And once again, it's just coming from someone who's humbled now and sees that their time is limited, and basically just talking about everybody who's going to miss him when he goes, his family, his friends, etc. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Lil Boosie for bringing us a real true to heart album. I didn't like Lil Boosie back in the day when he first came out, but ever since he came home from jail with the Life After Death Row and just these albums that he's bringing out that actually have meaning and have content, I'm really enjoying Lil Boosie now. So I'm going to rate Lil Boosie this album at the top of the year. It's beginning of the year, and I'm going to actually give this album my cousin. I'll be back after these messages reviewing the new Dell-P album, To the Moon and Beyond.
Say box money.
Box money.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Hey man, I feel like pressure on me. Oh man, the pressure on me. Niggas hating on me, pressing on me. Shit, cops confessing on me. You can hear it in their testimony. Shit, my girlfriend stressing on me. I'm on probation, walking with a weapon on me. Guess a nigga try two-stepping on me. I'ma have to turn his face into pepperoni. Pizza, I ain't talking about Caesar. I'm talking about 6 feet under is where I lead ya. Understand, I break breaks my legion, cause there's enough stuff on my plate for me to feed ya. In me, niggas acting like they friendly, but they had your gun on empty over envy. Pins be filled with lead instead of ink, but that's because they react instead of think. And I think there's more than life than just a block. A couple fast dollars and stash that's from the cops. A job I don't wanna work, staring at the clock. Man, they gotta be for me where they can bury me the block. So I'ma need a yacht, a condo for the summers. Mansion, couple fast cars, different colors. Dancing with some fine bras for my brothers in a whole mailbox. Money club doing numbers like 100 bill, 223. Yeah, I'm like that. Who you supposed to be? Oh, that's your favorite rapper. Who I bet I take him out for on the key.
Hey, and I'm back once again. You know I had to bring y'all another dope album review. Okay, so last year, hopefully you saw my top 10 albums of the year. My man Dell-P made the list. So he came back again with another album, and I was real curious to hear how dope this album was going to be to follow up A New Beginning, being as though it's been, within like a year's time of him bringing out an album. So this album, To the Moon and Beyond, it came out January the 1st, and it's Gil Scott-Heron influenced, so I was real curious to see how this album was going to sound. Okay, so it comes in with a nice intro, and if you know anything about Gil Scott-Heron, the revolution will not be televised, then you know that this message is definitely, this album rather, is definitely going to have a message and a concept throughout the album. Okay, the cover art is as you could see, Dell-P is standing with the microphone, and in the silhouette in the back you could see little remnants of Gil Scott-Heron. So then we get into after the intro, a track called Love and War. The production is so solid. The whole album is produced by Samad Dawson, and it's another great song with a message, as Dell is basically trying to choose himself between love and war with all of the recent events that's been plaguing our communities and just the world throughout. And he's basically telling us, what decision, or asking us rather, what decision are you going to make? Are you going to choose war, or are you going to choose love? And we really need to be trying to love one another. So positive message at the top of the tape. And then we get into Justice or Else. And it's another eye-opening track, just basically trying to wake up today's youth, with the current events that has happened to young black teens. And he basically is pleading for the unification of black people. And then we go into one of my favorite tracks, which the beat just bangs from the gate. And we're talking about That Raw. And on this track, with the messages within the album, this kind of breaks away a little bit from that and he's just bringing you these bars, you know, rapid fire bars, which I really, really enjoy. You know, just to kind of break up the not the positive message, but you know, the concept of the album, the show that he's versatile. And then we get into a nice, groovy, smooth track called Pride, featuring my man Corey Wims. Very, very talented vocal, soulful voice, vocalist rather, with a soulful voice, who blesses the chorus, and in the chorus it talks about, you know, some material things that a man might not have, but that really doesn't make a man. As long as you have your pride, you're good. So that's definitely a great song. And then we get into the title track, which has a sample from Save the Children by Gil Scott-Heron, and I'm talking about To the Moon and Beyond. And the production is so dope on this, and you know, it's just another groovy track with Gil Scott within the chorus, and I think that it's very creative. And then we get into Unique, featuring Tracy Preston, I think her name is, and it's basically talking about being yourself. You know, in today's music, in life, whatever you're trying to do, and not copying and not promoting, you know, the drugs and violence and everything that's within a lot of the music today. We get into press conference, which begins with Dell basically being ignored, and you know, by, I guess, in a press conference, and saying that he has something to say, and then, you know, he's just asking for answers to some of the injustices that black people face today. And then we get into Home Sweet Home, which is a really, really great track too. I can tell you, on this track, he's coming at the people closest to him, you know, which we all probably feel wherever we at, that the people in your own neighborhood don't support what you're trying to do, don't support, you know, the direction that you're trying to go. And it has a nice sample from Gil Scott-Heron, Home is Where the Hatred Is, which really, really lays the foundation of the track. And then we get into Get in Line, you know, nice scratching, took me back to the essence of hip hop. I really, really enjoy that. He brings bars again on that. We get into The Pain, featuring Danny Decor, which is one of my personal favorite tracks, a nice beat. And then we end the album with Hold On, which has another sample of Gil Scott-Heron in the chorus. Nice way to end the album. Nice, very positive album. You know, the one thing that I wish that Dell probably should have did, in my opinion, is just maybe grab another great MC and put him on the album. He held the album down by itself, but just put him on the album and put him in his mind frame with the Gil Scott-Heron influence, and bring to the table another dope MC. But other than that, solid piece of work. You definitely don't want to miss out on this album at the top of the year. It was a great way to begin the year, and I'm going to rate this, okay? And on a new scale, the Uncle Brisk scale, this album, To the Moon and Beyond, gets a first cousin. Peace.
Check me out, like Diddy, I